こちらどうぞ。
あ、これありがとうございます。
Đi đưa rồi anh nhận một chỗ bây giờ ngồi đây rồi không rồi nổi. Anh lên đây ngồi đây, anh sang ngồi đây. Cửa khách à? Đón khách đây, còn mấy khách nữa? Đang còn nó hơi muộn đấy, chắc khoảng tầm 10 phút nữa. Anh quay đầu lại để đón nhá.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Yeah, my name is Chung. Chung, C-R-U-N-G. Chung. And I will be the tour guide for you today visiting the Ninh Bình, where the place very beautiful. On the car, we have the two of the guys.
ホンダバイクすごい有名ですから、みんな日本語わからなくても日本人に会うときホンダ、スズキ、味の素と言います。それは挨拶ですよ。よろしくお願いしますね。味の素は日本の調味料です。日本人あんまり使わないですけど、ベトナムではベトナムでみんなよく使ってます。何の料理もちょっとぐらい入れてますよ、味の素。はい。で、そうですね、ベトナムの交通に慣れてました。
The destination will go in the Mua Kiet Hut. And the local people believe so much when the people die, just only body die. The show because I from here. The restroom this side. Để xem cái rồi.
Anda dah shadow okey lah.
Bit hot. So anyone in here can for cycling? Anyone in here can for cycling, right? You can do cycling. Yeah. So little attention when we cycling from the restaurant go to the temple. The local people they drive with the motorcycle very so fast.
So if it was September, it was like better than other times. Yeah, but now it's better this
Tôi không đưa. Để đổ xe mà. Em sẽ nhờ người dân dùng mà. The countries are like this weather on the other way. So please follow up the group, okay? Don't left the group and expose yourself. After the
Cái này xong ra chưa?
anh đi đầu đi, anh đi cuối cho. Follow him please. Đi thôi anh. Đi. Follow him please.
I got you and your vibes in my mind, I can't get enough. I never thought I'd feel like this.